All right, well, welcome everyone. It is December 6th, and welcome to our virtual party training. My name is Claudia Bizarre, and I'm excited to introduce one of our leaders and director, Trish Woods, to you guys tonight. And she's been rocking virtual party business. So just to tell you a little bit about Trish, as far as her paper chef career goes, she joined on January 28th this year, so we're almost close to the 1 year anniversary. And she promoted to director in June of this year. So, barely a year with the company. Guys, if you have background noise, please mute yourself. Thank you. Um, Anyway, so she's been with the company for less than a year, promoted to director, and has already sold over $43,000 in pampered chefs. So I would say on average, you do about $5,000 to $6,000 in sales, all with virtual parties. So I'm excited to help her, have her help us today, and really walk us through from what happens from the moment when someone says they're going to book a party, what happens during the party, what happens to the host, and especially what happens during the follow-up. So without further ado, Trish Woods, here you go.
Hey guys. Okay, so first of all, I don't do these videos. I don't even do cooking parties because I don't do well getting in front of people. So if I start to sound like Charlie Brown's teacher, I'm very sorry. Okay, so what I do, as soon as somebody tells me that they want to book a party, I created this show planner that I use, and I'll share my screen so I can show you, because this is what helps me keep track of all my parties, because at this point I'm doing 3 to 4 parties a week, and I'm anal about keeping it organized. So this helps me. And it's just an Excel spreadsheet. I write on the very top here who they book the party from, so that I know who gets the 50% item whenever the party qualifies. I put all of their information here. I keep track of the first 30 that's going, and whoever I choose wins the prize. I also keep track of all orders placed by midnight the day of the party, so that I know to give them a cookbook. And then I just kind of watch during the party for people that really participate a lot. And not just likes, because people can like all day long, but people that actually comment and participate in the games, those are the ones that I end up choosing who wins the prize. And then I offer a gift for whoever places an order the final day of the post party. And that's just, I usually do like a citrus peeler, just something really inexpensive, but when you offer gifts, they're usually more apt to get their orders in. And then I keep track down here at the bottom when I decide to mail the packet, and I always do that 2 weeks prior to the party. I put a check mark if I've already sent them a Facebook friend request, so I know it's easy for me to add them as a co-host. When I'm creating the show in Consultants Corner, set up the Facebook event, post my party, all of that. And then I write all those dates in a day planner that I have. And
hello.
That may seem old school. Some of you may use, online calendars or whatever, but I like an actual planner. And this is what, I don't know if you can see it, but it's my January. And then every day I write when I'm mailing the packets, when I do the pre-party post, the party post, for the host coaching and all that. I write all that in there. So that's what I do whenever I first find out that I have a booking. Then during the party, well, first of all, let me tell you how I do my parties. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at this.
You're doing awesome.
Thank you. I like to do 7-day total, and my parties always start on a Monday, and that way my pre-party will start on a Friday. And I like that because people get paid on Fridays normally. So I know if my pre-party starts on a Friday, my party starts on a Monday, and then the online ordering ends Thursday at midnight, and then my show isn't actually processed until Friday. So that gives people 2 Fridays to know that, the cards won't be processed until the second Friday. So in case they don't get paid until that Friday they had that time. And that's worked for me. That's worked for my parties. Um, I mean, I would say they all average between, $300 to $900. It just depends. So that's how mine are: a 3-day pre, a 2-day party, and a 2-day post party. And that's the timeline that I like. And I offer a gift for the first 30 going. I offer a gift for the orders placed on the first day, and then a gift for orders placed on the second day of the post party. And then, of course, for the winner, the grand prize, I usually do like a mini nylon. It's only $4, and everybody loves this. As far as host coaching goes, I'm pretty sure I've added it in the files, but I have something called a 48-hour host coaching, and I've kind of taken what Claudia gave me, what she used for my parties, and I just kind of broke it up to make it match my parties, because I changed the way I did them. And those are all in the files, but I'm going to share that screen also. Find it. So I have what I'm posting for every day. Day 1, the post party, and of course, you're going to word it however you are for your peeps. But it tells me in the very beginning. Sorry, I was on day 1 of post party today. But whenever I first create the event, I just use this, and I just copy and paste it to the party, and I change, of course, the host name and all that. But I also put on here when cards are processed, because I like to have that pinned at the event. And then every day I just go in. Well, this one, let me back up, I'm sorry. The day before the pre-party starts, so which will be on a Thursday, I go in and I group all of my hosts together, and I send this to them. It's just kind of letting them know, hey, I'm grouping you guys together so I can send you the tips all in one day. That's something Claudia did with me, and I thought it was brilliant. And it just makes it easier. And this way they can also kind of see what everybody else is doing and kind of light a fire under them. And then every day I just send these tips, and just kind of watch during the party, if during the pre-party, like by the second day, if they don't have a whole lot going, I kind of touch base with them individually and ask them, hey, I'm going to need you to touch base with some more people. You don't have many going. I see there's a lot that haven't seen it. And I also will post in the events, hey, such and such only needs, 10 more people to be able to get the early bird gift. Tag some of your friends, just try to get that ball going in the parties. And that has helped as well. When I first started, I was only doing maybe 1 party a week, so 4 parties a month. And the income was great. That was good, but I wanted more. And so I kept hearing in the group training that 8 is what you need to really make a difference on your income. So I started adding more, and I found that it really wasn't that big of a deal adding those extra parties. I wasn't doing that much extra work, and I was making better money, but I wanted more bookings. So I decided, for me, what has helped me to get my bookings, which I'm now between 12 to 16 a month, is clicking on every person in the party that's going, and I wait to do this until the first day of the post party, because this way you pretty much have everybody that's going to click going. They've already done it, so that's what you're getting. And they've had a chance to kind of read through everything at that point. So I click on all the going people, and I send every one of them a friend request. And then either that evening, because I've already had, today I did it, and I've already had a lot of people accept my friend request. So either this evening or first thing tomorrow morning, then I go in and I ask every single one of them, the going people, to host a party of their own. And I have certain verbiage that I use. And I believe I've shared that in the group as well, but I will do it again. Let's see if I can find it. They have that saved down here. Sorry, guys. Let me stop sharing that one, and I'll share a different one. Sorry.
It's all good.
I'm a newbie. Where's it at? It just went away.
Yeah, it's just, oh,
Okay.
it's just black.
I can't see it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, anyways, I believe I have it. I'll put it in the files again if I don't have it in there, but it's just a private message that I send to every single one of them, asking them to host a party for me and, explain that the host gets 50% off. And man, I've already gotten, my January is pretty booked. I already have 12 parties for January. And that's only after my first, I only have 8 parties going on right now for December. So, I mean, it's just been, that has been key for me with getting my bookings. And then I just follow up, with those ladies. And if they tell me that they're not really ready right now, but they would be interested, I ask them if I can put them on my calendar, the following month and touch base. And they usually say yes. And I mean, that's basically it. That's how I've been able to have successful virtual parties. I try to, pay attention to my notifications as far as when people are asking questions. I don't look at all the ones that say like this, like that, but anytime there's a comment, I try to at least click on that fairly quickly. I mean, I know we all have busy lives, but I found that they appreciate it whenever I respond to their questions in a timely manner. A lot of times it's just asking for a price on something, which they can easily click on the catalog, but I mean, I'm here to make it easy for them. And so, that has helped. I've had lots of compliments on my parties with, how I've been as a consultant, and they appreciate my help and all of that. So, I mean, it's just really important. You want your host to participate as well. So if you see that they're not, you want to kind of send them their own separate little message, say, hey, it's real important for you to treat this party just like you would if these people were in your own house. Because if they're in your home and you're having a party, you're not going to, sit on the couch and watch TV and not pay attention to it. You want to at least comment. If you can see somebody and the guest is commenting, you want, to see that they're commenting with them too and engage with them. And that's real important. So, you really have to be in touch with your host and build a relationship with them and not just send the daily tips. I mean, you can copy and paste in the daily tips all day long, but you also have to kind of watch what they're doing in their own parties and, build a relationship with them and, make them want to have a good party and do whatever's necessary. So those are my tips.
Yes, that was awesome. And, just to kind of reiterate, guys, so first of all, knowing what you want, right? How many parties do I want? Why is that important to me? What is that income going to do for me, right? Or my family? Filling your calendar with those initial shows. And then really promising yourself that you are going to be present for those virtual parties. Because I think that's the biggest struggles for most of us, right? It's we set up all these parties and then life gets in the way and it's been like 4 days and we haven't done anything with them, right? And they just kind of auto post. But even just saying, hey, before I go to work, I'll send out this group message, or, before I go to bed, I'll check in on this party, and really being present and having some sort of checklist. Something, whether it's in your Google Calendar, whether it's in a regular calendar, whether it's an Excel spreadsheet, whether it's the host coaching checklist on PCU, something to keep track of it and keep it in front of you, pretty much all day, every day, right? And then the follow-up, right? It's just like a cooking show, asking for the bookings, asking for the referrals, asking for people, to see if they need a reminder to order, asking them to remind them that they're close to the guest special, following up and knowing when you're going to do these parties and having some kind of system, knowing like, hey, my parties run Friday through Friday. So it becomes a pattern and you're not like mixed parties. One is on day 1, the other one's on day 5, making it easy for you guys. So yeah, I'm amazed, Trish. You did awesome. So I would like to open up for question. I think what we'll do is we'll put this recording in a link with your files. And maybe you can share like a older template. So I don't want you to share your regular template that you're using right now, because if more people use it, then we could run the risk of going to Facebook jail. But maybe just a semi-general template, and then you guys can edit it to Christmas or whatever. But so you guys can see kind of the format. So can you just reiterate your format? It's how many days of pre-party, party, and post-party?
I do. Well, first of all, I don't have separate templates. I have one that I change up here and there. So I only have the one.
Okay.
But yeah, I do a 3-day pre-party, a 2-day party, and then a 2-day post-party. Because I want more in the pre-party, because I want to make sure that they have plenty of time to get their people looking, when the party actually starts. And I only have about 25 or 27 posts for the 2-day party. I tried to incorporate a lot of pictures in one thing, and because I was getting a lot of flack from people with my other parties, because there was so many posts with different pictures. So I just decided to combine several pictures into one. And if I say I post a picture of the rolling cookie cutter or whatever, then the next set of pictures are going to be pictures of different cookies and recipes and things like that. So
it's not just product.
Right. There's recipes. There's a few games, dance offs or dance gifts and things like that, or however you say that, GIF.
Okay.
It's not just product. There's a lot of other things.
Maybe what we could do is we could have you run an event in the bullet train page, and you could run your template on there, and then people can pick and choose what they want to save. Okay, so any questions for Trish? Just unmute yourself on the bottom left.
Yeah, hi Trish, it's Fernando.
Hey, Fernando.
Hey, wanted to know, do you just use Facebook, or what other avenues besides Facebook do you use?
I only use Facebook. Yeah, it's just Facebook for me. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, and I text people, like if I'm trying to get bookings that I haven't gotten through my parties, I'll text my friends and things like that. But I primarily just use Facebook. It's my friend.
So you mentioned some people you don't know, how you just develop. How long do you take to develop that friendship before you start telling them about Facebook? I mean, about Pamper Chef.
Well, usually it's people that are already in the party. So, and I've kind of built a rapport with them as far as commenting during the party and participating, with them if they have a question about a product and things like that. And so when I send them a friend request, I feel like I've already built kind of a rapport with that whole group of people, that are going. And a lot of them really do accept my friend requests. And then I send them private messages, ask them to book, and just kind of learn about them that way.
Okay, how do we get that template or to start writing information? I know you mentioned that you don't want to give out that template. Is that correct?
Well, yeah. I don't mind giving out the template, but I guess
yeah, so we have to be careful with sharing an exact template, because if 300 people start using the same template, then we get put in Facebook jail. But what we can do, and Trish, I can show you, you can copy a template and we can edit it a little bit, and we could share that as like a basic outline for people.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to get an idea, not to use the exact.
Yeah, but something so everyone has a starting base too, right? Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, will you be posting this, you said?
Yeah, we'll be posting it on all the team pages.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Who else got a question? Anyone else?
I have one, and I'm sure it's pretty simple. When you do set up a party on Facebook, do you do an event or group? I'm really confused with that.
Well, I only do events. That's how mine was set up when Claudia did mine for me for my launch party. And so I've never even tried a group, but people have used them and they like them. My personal problem with groups is that when somebody adds me to a group, I'm added. I don't have the option of clicking, yes, I want to go, or no, I don't want to go. Sure, you can, take yourself out of the group or whatever, but that's the thing I don't like about groups. And that's the issue that I've heard from other people. I don't want to be added to a group. And yeah, your host can ask them, put out on their personal page, hey, I'm having this party. Let me know if you want to be added to this group or not. But I've just never done a group. And I don't think you can for Post My Party unless they've changed it.
You
My
can't.
Party, which is what I use. You have to do events only.
Yeah, so if you're using Post My Party, you cannot do events. If you want to, you can do events. If you want to do groups, you got to use something like SynShare. And I think it's personal preference, right?
Yeah, right. A lot of people love the groups.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, there's no magic answer to have the best virtual parties, but it's more about, how can I make it easy and duplicatable and trackable for me, and how can I build the best relationship with my customers, and the follow-up. So there's not one magic answer. It's just kind of like a little bit of everything. So who else had a question? Oh, go ahead.
One thing I forgot to share too, once even though I send them all the private message, people that are going, asking for bookings, I don't stop there. The day that I close the party and submit it, I print off that page, and I could sit here at my computer with the phone numbers in front of me, but I write down on that piece of paper their phone number, and I text every single one of those people, and then I put a check mark that I texted them. And I just let them know, hey, that the party was submitted today, or the party was submitted Friday. Your order should arrive within 5 to 7 business days. Don't forget about the 30-day free return policy. I don't remember exactly how I word it. But just kind of let them know that, and then saying, hey, while I have you on here, could I interest you in hosting your own party? So then I ask all the people that order, because they may not have even clicked going. They may just have ordered from her link. So they may not even know. I do try to write on there if I've already talked to those people and they told me no, because nobody wants to be asked twice. If I've already told you no, don't bug me again about it right away. So I'm mindful of that. If I've already talked to that person, I write on there they already said no, or whatever the case is. But I text every single person that orders, and I just do it while I'm watching TV. I have my piece of paper in front of me. I text them. I have it saved in my phone under my notes, and I copy and paste and change the name of the person and the name of the host, and that's it. It's real easy.
Any other questions?
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I wanted to know, where do you get that template to get organized? Because I'll be all over the place. You show the first picture of a template to get organized, how to call people and so on. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you mean that first thing that I showed, that Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
I created that for myself.
Oh, you created.
We can share and post
I'll
it.
share that in the files, yeah, because that has really helped me keep all my
No.
parts.
All right.
Okay.
Down.
Esther, did you have a question?
See? No. Oh.
I did. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I unmuted already?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking to my child who's trying to jump. So my question is, when you're doing virtual parties and you have, say you're only doing one that week, because you said you put your hosts in a group to.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Lost her.
Can you hear me now?
Oh,
Yep.
there you are.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. So you said you put your hosts together in a group to compete. What if you only have one host that week?
Then I just sent it to her and I changed the wording.
Okay, but you still try to keep. I'm sorry.
That has happened where I've just had one for that week, and I just changed the wording to just
So,
good morning.
But
ladies.
what kind of competition do you do in order to keep her or him involved? Because I've had some hosts where they just are not involved or don't want to be involved.
Yeah, and at that point, all you have to do is just say, hey, what's going on? What can I do to help? Or or if they say that they're too busy or whatever the case is, it takes 1 minute to copy and paste something and post it. You know what I mean? That's it. So you just have to reiterate with them that it's very important for their party to have some success. And as you see them doing things, and on mine, I always say, please let me know when done. So whenever they respond, done, task 1 done, task 2 done, or whatever, I make sure and thank them, for doing that. And their party's going to do great and this and that and that. you know, just sometimes they just need a pat on the back and you know, you did great. I saw what you posted in your party. You're doing awesome. Thank you for doing that. You know, things like that. Just some people need that, some people don't, but I find that it helps. And, you know, I've also had hosts that just flat out are like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just not going to do it.
Derek. All right.
You can't do anything about that.
He's upstairs in a meeting in the old war room.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I guess that's good to know for everyone, right? That anyone, I'm sure, Trish, you have cancellations, you have PR parties that don't qualify, but it's a numbers game, right? Obviously, if she books, you know, 12 parties, she's probably going to submit at least 8 to 10. If she books 16, she's probably going to submit 12 to 14. So it's normal to have cancellations and parties that don't qualify, but obviously if we have a lot of them, we have a lot of parties, then they don't bug us as much as if we just have 4, right? Okay, any other questions, guys?
I have a question, Claudia, for Trish.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Amy, and I was noticing about the 30 guests in your parties. Do you always have 30 guests in your parties?
Nope. I have 4 going on right now, and today's the second or the first day of the post party. And one of them has 22. The rest of them have maybe 9, 10, 12.
Okay.
So yeah, not always. And
Yeah,
I've also had parties that, you know, where I've had well over 30 going and not many orders.
Right.
And some that maybe have 9 or 10 people going and a ton of orders. So I just try to get as many going as possible so they can, you know, see the post. And, you know, I offer toaster tongs for the early bird prize. So it's only costing me $2.50, but I try to get it out there.
Right.
You know, to get them all going. But yeah, I don't always have 30 going.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah, I have 3 parties going right now, and I think 2 of them have, 7, and that includes me and the host.
Yeah.
But the other one, you know, has 12. And she is the most active hostess also. And I kind of knew that she would be. And yes, I have already talked to her about the business. So anyway, so I was just curious about that. And then as long as I was going to ask some other questions, but once you post your event or whatever, your template, where I'm just curious about the pre-party, party, and post-party, you know, and how you break that up. So
Okay. Yeah.
that's cool. That'll answer for me.
All right, we have 2 more minutes. Anyone else have a question? Okay, all right. And if you're watching this in recording, just post your questions on the team page. Let's try not bombard Trish if we can. But thank you, Trish. I know this is like way out of your comfort zone, but you did awesome.
Thank
and
you.
We appreciate you sharing your knowledge and everything you've learned so far. So thank you guys for coming on, and we will post a recording shortly. All right, you guys have a good day. Bye.
Bye.